Okay, so let's take a quick tour of the studio here, my studio, and I'll start with my setup for watercolors and painting and drawing. And so I start with these are my brushes, the ones that are active, the ones that I'm using right now. I still have a couple of drawers of brushes other than these, but here's basically the ones that I'm using um, on a regular basis. Those are the spares. Um, and next to them are my colors, and I have uh, my set, my studio set, which is the one back here, and that holds most of my colors in it. And then I have the colors that I make myself, that are sort of in these small cups, and I use these extensively because they're my signature colors. They're the ones that um, I make from scratch. Anyway, back here are my water buckets, and obviously they need changing. Another mixing area, um, which is important. You really need large mixing areas so that you can work with a few more colors that I make, cups, extra um, plates and things like that for when I need them. And here's my surface. This is the area where I actually do the painting. And it's just basically a piece of couple of pieces of wood, a V shape basically, with a hinge down here at the bottom, and something to hold them up so that I work at an angle. If I show you the side, maybe you'll see exactly what I mean. But basically, it is two pieces of wood. Here's the hinge right there, and this is the thing that holds it up. Um, at the angle that I want it to be. I usually do a lot of preliminary drawings when I'm doing paintings. Here's one that happens to be here. And I do those on, cheap paper um, that I got this roll, which is up here. You can see it. I got this roll from IKEA, I think, and I just use it for these purposes. Got a bit of space here for my stuff. Here's my tea, my tea pot, and and here's the computer sitting on the side there. There's a mirror on the side here, which is really important for me because I usually like to see my work, uh, uh, in the mirror so that I can actually um, see what I'm doing with it. There's um, a screen here that I use as well. This is facing my painting area so that I can see what I'm painting. Obviously, a hair dryer, which I rarely use. I prefer to let my paint dry on its own instead of using a hair dryer. Um, Speakers, of course, are extremely important. Here's my um, this is my power uh, bar, which has also lights on it. So a couple of lights over here. But mostly what I do is I've got lights on top, um, fluorescent lights on top, and on the sides I have two lights. One is a cold light on this side, and the other one over here is a warm light, and that just gives me the right amount of warmth, coloration basically, to simulate daylight in my studio. So um, anything else that I want to show you? Well, let's turn all the way around, and this is my apothecary um, table, place where I do a lot of concoctions. Up here are the pigments that I use, along with um, the mediums and other things that are um, used with it, some inks as well. Basically all my, you know, other stuff. I've got some oils as well up there, um, but all my other stuff is there. This is sort of a tabletop where I do a lot of you know, tinkering and stuff like that. A bit of extra space up here where I can put my finished paintings and stuff that I'm working on. What else? And back here is my what I'm reading right now, or the things that are to be read soon. So you can see my small library. I have a much larger library in a different room, but this is the stuff that I sort of have on my shelf here. What else? Got a few areas here where drawers where I can put my watercolors, brushes, oil colors, acrylics, pencils, pens, you name it, everything is here in these things. And this is basically my studio. So, oh, a couple of other places that I need to show you. Close your eyes. There we go. Okay. So up here is where I keep my sketchbooks and paper and stuff like that. I have a different place where I put sheets, but these are, you know, notepads and sketch pads and things that I put up here. And over there, I don't have enough of a line to get you over there. Let me see. I can't stretch, but I've got my still life stuff over there, which I rarely use because I don't do a lot of still life painting. But so this is the studio. This is the way that I've set it up, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to set up your studio and how to have an area, even if it's a small area that you have, or a temporary area, how to make it so that it looks and feels right, and you can break it up and set it up again in no time at all. As you can tell, my studio is messy. That's okay. That's the way I like to create. Yours doesn't have to be. You can definitely make yours more, cleaner if that's what you prefer. But I'll give you some ideas in the next video, and hopefully they'll be worthwhile for you to copy or use, or at least get some ideas from it.